All right, guys, welcome back. This Walk the Talk series is on impact and influence. We've talked a lot about this. It's trickled through the other sessions you might have already seen. But as leaders, our job is not only to get the job done and to get it done well, but to lead, influence, and again, impact members of your team for their good, the good of the department, and again, the good of the city. Leadership has a direct cause and effect on everything you do, on your productivity, the culture that you're setting in the tone, the knowledge of your team, the motivation of your team, their ability to serve our customers, their teammates, customers externally, leadership in our community. They have a job to execute, that they need to be effective, and they need to do it with trust and respect. Do not underestimate the influence that you have on your team. There's an older article in Forbes magazine by Glenn Lopez, and I thought he did a great job about stating impact. So I'm going to kind of summarize these experts from that article because it was a pretty long article. But it talked about leaders that strive to be significant seek to create the greatest impact and influence. These are the leaders we value the most. We are inspired by their courage and resiliency. We seek to emulate them. The most memorable leaders are change agents, never afraid to confront complacency. They identify and help course correct others to fix the issues that are going on within their team, and they're quick to solve problems. These are leaders that can get the most out of a very limited group, very little. They're grateful for the opportunity to lead, and they always treat others like family. So you'll notice it is much less about them, much less about us as a leader, and more about the team and the team's success. That's really what sets true leaders apart from managers. Lopez shares 8 qualities that make an extraordinary leader. I want you to be acutely in tune of these that you will see on the screen and think about these because we're going to talk about one later. First, an extraordinary leader is authentic. They share wisdom and secrets of success. They are unique. They embrace failure and see it as a learning opportunity. They provide you with their time. They create special moments. They make you feel valued. And they leave a legacy because they lead for all of the right reasons. So you now know the qualities of an extraordinary leader, but why are those important to master? One word: influence. When you lead well, you will know your people and experience the power of influence on others. Now, firefighters are a big part of our organization and valuable in our community. Some local chiefs created an excellent video on the power of influence to drive this point home. Let's watch that, and again, we'll talk about it afterwards.
It's different than leadership. It's more exact. It's more surgical. It's used in a measured manner. When you see it happening, most people can recognize it. To affect the behaviors, the actions, the thoughts, and the ideas of others.
You know it when you're surrounded by the right people because you see the benefits of those influences and you see how they impact your career and your personal life and how they take you to the next level.
The ability to influence or inspire people is probably the most critical factor of being an effective leader.
It's about relationships. That's the influence piece, and that's how leadership works, in my opinion. That's how you get things done.
How you handle certain situations, how you react in certain situations. People are watching those things. The higher up you go, the more people are watching.
If you don't display the behavior or display the passion, you're not going to have the ability to influence or inspire people to do the same.
The bottom line is you got to nurture the relationships to have the influence.
You'll never know it all. You'll never see it all. You learn something new every day. But what you do bring to the table, the experience, you've got to share that with the younger firefighters.
They have to value what you're trying to impart, and they have to see the benefit to them as an individual or as a group.
If you don't have a relationship with your people and you can't influence them, you're not really leading anybody.
The more you surround yourself with the folks that are impacting change in the organization, they're going to help you to be a better influencer as you move forward.
There's never a contract, there's never a verbal agreement. You're never made aware of who's watching you and what they're taking in.
We need to be more like tour guides and say, listen, come on a trip I've been on. Let me show you the past. Let me show you what you need to see. Let me show you what to steer away from.
When it's all said and done and the dust settles and a person comes back to you later on down the road and says, hey, you know, I couldn't have gotten through that without you. And I want you to know how much it meant to me that you stuck with me through that, or you were willing to work with me to get to where I'm at today.
All right, so we talked about the article, and now you've seen the video. Of the 8 qualities of a great leader, which one of these stands out to you, which you believe you do well? We've talked about this before. Which quality could you improve upon, and why? Take time to share with your group. Now let's talk about the video. What stood out to you in that video about influence? What actions do you believe you can begin to change to improve your leadership and influence on others based on the discussion today? That wraps up our session. I hope you enjoyed this particular one on impact and influence. And until next time, lead well, make an impact, and walk the talk.